Hi, I'm Jamal, and I'm here to talk to you today about learning to code in Python when you don't have a computer that you can install Python on. I'm going to use online resources, including Python Anywhere, to show you how to set that up. So let me go ahead and share my screen and we can get started. Okay, so first step is to sign up for Python Anywhere at pythonanywhere.com. And here you can see the site. You can watch their video if you like. Otherwise, there's a link around here to sign up. I'm sure. Let me see. There we go. Sign up and try it out. Okay, so I already have an account. It is a free sign up as long as you're using it casually. I think you get 100 seconds of CPU time a day. Yeah, which is actually goes a long way, and there's plenty for your uses to learn to start using Python. Now, what you're going to want to click on to get started is Bash, and that's going to open up a terminal window on Python Anywhere. And there's a couple things that we're going to need. One of them is already installed, and that's Python. The other thing we would need is a text editor, and there are a couple text editors that are in the command line that are available to us. Those will be Vim and Nano. I generally will use Vim, but I'm going to show you how to use Nano today because it is not as complicated as Vim, and I think is easier to use for someone who's just getting started. Now, there is one thing that we're going to need to do with Nano to get started, and that is to set up the number of spaces that happen in your code when you're writing. So let me show you real quick. So if we go nano and test.py, here's our text editor, and when I hit space, or I'm sorry, when I hit tab, it's moving forward 8 spaces. And what we wanted to do is to actually move forward only 4 spaces. So there's a quick and easy way to fix that, and I'll show you how to do it. So Control X, it's going to ask us, do we want to save our changes? So we can just say N or no, and we're back out. So in order to do this, we're going to need to modify our Bash configuration. It's easier than it sounds. All we're going to need to do is use Nano to go into a file called bash rc. Very end of the file. I'm going to create an alias, typing alias space nano equals nano dash et4. That. And what this is saying is to automatically pass some parameters to Nano when we use it. One of the parameters is going to force it to use spaces rather than tabs, and the other one is going to set it to use 4 spaces rather than 8, which is its default. So when I want to save this, you look down here at the bottom, right out is what we want to do, which is Control O. So I'll do that. It's asking us if we wanted to save it as bash rc, which we do. So I'm just going to press Enter. And now I'm going to hit to exit. I'm going to hit Control X, which you'll see here. These that little caret, that little pointing up thing, is just represents control. So if you wanted to use any of these commands that are available down at the bottom, you just Control and the letter that goes with it. I'll also post up a link to Nano commands. I think the only ones you'll really need for today are Control O for write out and Control X for exit. But I'll post a link with this for an extended list of Nano commands. So we want to exit this, Control X. And now when we go into test, apply, now I hit space. Oh, we're not quite done yet, sorry. Control X out of here. And we need to do one more thing. We need to tell it to reload those settings. To do that, we're just going to type source and then .bash rc like that. Now we should see the changes. Hit tab, you see it only moved forward 4 spaces. So we're good, and we are all ready to go with the first exercise for Learn Python the Hard Way. So to do that, we'll go over to the Learn Python the Hard Way book. We're already set up because Python Anywhere does that for us. And we'll go straight to exercise 1, a good first program. And the first line there is print hello world. So if we go back over here, we'll say nano, and he recommends calling it ex1.py. I'm going to use a 0 in there so it sorts a little better. So ex01.py, like that. And now print hello world. And now we'll go ahead and write it out with Control O. Yes, x01.py, and then Control X to exit. Now I can run it by typing Python and the name of my file, which is ex01. And you'll see it prints out hello world. So let's go ahead and add in the rest of exercise 1. And that was the name of our text editor, ex01.py. Okay. And the next line, and it should be hello again. So print hello again. Print. I like typing this. Okay. So now we're going to write it out as ex01, press enter, press X, and we will run Python ex01.py. So we have a problem with what I typed. It says end of line while scanning string literal. And it looks like what I did here is I started this line with a double quote and ended it with a single quote. So let's go back in and fix that. So nano ex01, and at the command line here, you don't necessarily have to type in everything each time. I'm using the up and down arrows on my keyboard to go through my previous commands. So this is handy when you're going back and forth. Python, and I hit up to get nano, I hit back down, I get Python. So up to hit get nano. And just go to the end of this line, double quote, Control O, enter, Control X, and then press up on my keyboard twice to get to Python. Run it, and it works this time. We got the 3 lines that we wanted. So let's go back over here, get the next line. This is fun. Yay, printing. Okay. So yay, printing. This is fun. Okay. I'd much rather you quote not. I'd much rather you not. And I said, do not touch this. Do not touch this. Okay. You can see here that it kind of gives you some hints. So while I haven't closed out my string with that ending close quote, this is kind of multicolored. But then when I do, it becomes green, telling me it's a completed string. Also, if I close it with a double quote, it doesn't work right. So the colors of the text editor help me out as I'm doing that. Okay, so Control O, enter, Control, oops, I pressed Control Z. That's not what I wanted to do. FG will get you out of that if you happen to press it, because you're going, and basically you're shutting down Nano and saying pause that for a minute. FG brings it back to the foreground. Probably won't need to do that, but if that happens, that's what's going on. Okay, so now Control X instead of Control Z. There we go. And Python there it is. We're all done with getting it set up on Python Anywhere. So I hope this helps anyone who has issues with getting to a computer, or maybe you have time that you're away from home, you don't have a computer, you want to get up and running with the lessons, and this is how you do it. Let's see. So that's it. I'm Jamal. Have a great day, and I hope to talk to you again soon.